2-for-1 Sunday.
Buy one, get one free.
Dropping into your podcast feeds.
Paulo, nice talk, man. Like, we you know, because of the nature of this episode, like, we need to pay homage to the top.
You got to give it, man. I mean, it's this is our AFCON.
I even forgot, like, it was Bafana Sunday.
Oh, everyone has, man.
Terrible,
so
man.
I did it. So I don't know if you've seen Le Coq Sportif, Bafana kit manufacturers doing decent. Like, okay, fine, did cool stuff. Do a yellow home, green away. Or which way is it? Green home, yellow away.
And do we have a white? I don't know.
There's a white. White's the third.
Yeah.
I know the Banyana had a really nice black one for the World Cup. But then they launched this one, which is kind of a copy of the
It's
the 96 kit.
It's the 96, like, deconstructed.
Inspired by 96, which for me is one of the most swag kits.
Bro, that Kappa one.
Oh, I mean, Kappa as well, dude.
Yeah.
Listen, I know you're a Pirates guy, but some of the Chiefs Kappa stuff.
I did not look.
Man.
But, like, Chiefs fell off from Nike to Kappa.
No, I think Kappa. Chiefs belong in Kappa.
Also they play better when they're Kappa.
You know, you want to go old school. Chiefs, and I think Bafana belong in Kappa. I think bring back Kappa, bring it back. But anyway, they copied the style of the 96 shirt, reissued. I've had my eye on it for ages.
Yeah.
And then
I don't make who bought that.
a dick move by Total Sports. They dropped they half price this week before the second game.
It's not cool though.
Like, I think what they're trying to do is obviously
get people to buy.
Obviously they ordered a lot and they got to move it. But it just looks bad.
Yeah, it looks distasteful. Eh?
Yeah, looks like half price after one game.
Imagine they did that to the Springboks. Oh, bro, people would be up.
Dude, did I tell you my hand for a Springboks jersey? Because everyone remembers the Springboks jersey. 2 weeks in the World Cup, you couldn't find them, and then they intentionally held them back because they wanted to hopefully get the fourth title on the sleeve. So now they're all over the place, but I was hunting to send one to send as a gift, and XXL, XXXXXL. No human sizes.
No mediums. No one's for, like, people like you and I.
No human sizes. Pretoria sizes only.
But, like, those are the heavy lifted.
But man, 1,500 rand. There's no sale.
Is that how much they are?
1.5, no sale. There's no half price. Dude.
How much is the Bafana jersey? $400.
To $400. I think it's even the original's even cheaper than buying it at Winnie Mandela Drive special.
Total Sports be better, Oaks.
I think we know what you try to do. But
we get it as, like, you know,
fell.
people that, like, but now it's kind of because most people don't think like us. Now it's because, like, it's because it's like what you did when New Zealand. It's like you're doing what the Adidas store did when New Zealand came when they got knocked out by England the One World Cup.
Yeah,
you went from 1-2 to $700.
Yeah, be better. AFCON. So that's what we're talking about in this episode. AFCON. Great opening 2 rounds for most groups.
A lot of goal scoring draws.
Shocks.
Were they though?
Zambia, Namibia.
Okay. Sure.
You know, even Mozambique almost pulling it off. Even Nigeria beating Ivory Coast.
Ghana.
But
also, guys, speaking of that group, Egypt are going to catch a flame.
Let's go through group by group. What's been your favorite? What have your standard? What have you noticed? Maybe favorite, liked, didn't like?
For me, it's about
observation.
Okay. First and foremost, like, African teams, we have to shake the European cobwebs thing out of because teams are getting in there playing European style football.
It seems to take a while.
You can see, like, also trying to get a feel for, because if you look at even our game with Mali, I mean, we're playing like PSL football, cool. That's under Mali kind of had to shake themselves and be like, wait, hold on, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Basuma, like, okay, you still got. Okay, not jet lag, but, like, it's the climate. It's the climate.
I think there must be a huge adjustment of you're coming from the dead of European winter, where you can play high-paced football because the conditions allow it, and now you're coming into like 30 degrees average,
bro, and you're
playing in the middle of the day. Yeah,
breathing in hot air.
No air. Yeah.
Like it's.
I think it takes. I think you kind of see that with a few players. The games, games hit some flat points.
Oh yeah,
Absolute
like
flat points.
Like it's a much of nothingness. Like and then.
Then it
high,
happens.
and then it's high tempo. But what I like about AFCON, towards the end of the games, Oaks,
it goes, yeah.
There's a sense of urgency. It's like, okay, Oaks, wake the hell up.
Because I find that the later games are better. I don't know if it's cooled down or...
Yeah, the afternoon games, it's just like...
they're sluggish. They feel it. We've seen some good results, though.
Yeah.
So, Group A, Nigeria... I don't know what to make of them.
Me neither. I think they're just playing off goodwill at the moment. But what do you think? What do you think of the game against Côte d'Ivoire?
I think they were lucky.
Yeah, I also thought they were lucky. Yeah.
I think Ivory Coast. If Ivory Coast had a striker of the quality of a Seaman, they would have put that game away.
They would have buried it. Yeah.
Because Ivory Coast just had everything. Nigeria. I'm very surprised by Seaman looks unsure. Like he's again that acclimatization thing.
But also, do you think? I think he's playing within himself, or he doesn't quite know what to expect from the guys around him, or like it's. But you're always going to pick him. That's the thing. You're always going to pick him. You're not going to pick Osimhen.
I think there was at one moment in the commentator where the commentator said, "I don't know what formation Nigeria are playing." He said, I can't work it out.
But speaking of commentating in the Bafana game, guys, the guy that was commentating with Farouk Khan, guys, help that guy pronounce our names.
Listen, I'm not gonna comment too much on it, but it's not easy on the ear.
No, it's terrible to listen to. Yeah. I mean, but like, if you listen to, okay, you can't compare anybody to Peter Jury because that's like box office. But like, guys, even white guys try. They try harder than that guy. That guy doesn't try, bro.
However, I want to say he's legendary, and his name completely goes out of my head. The South African, the English commentator, but he comments. I know
he does that one, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I know him. He's on the World Football phone-in, and they call him the Springbokker Junior there. Mark Gleeson. Mark Gleeson.
Yeah, Mark Gleeson, yeah.
Excuse me. He, like you're saying, he's pronunciation of every team. He'll be commentating on the Gambia.
Bro, and he'll dissect Gambia for you.
Oh, man, that guy is savant.
Mark Gleeson is next level, bro.
He's absolute football journalist savant. I mean, that guy doesn't know. Way better than us. So... But the surprising thing is now in a home tournament, and you know, best third place teams, a couple of them are going to go through. Ivory Coast are sitting, after 2 games, they're sitting third in the group. Their final game is like huge for them now. Huge.
Ivory Coast? Yeah.
Because they want to win that group. They don't want to go through as third.
You don't want backdoor at home.
No.
Backdoor qualification at home.
That's not going to work for anybody.
No, man.
Group B, I want to say something here. With Mo Salah possibly missing 2 matches at least, do we just pack the whole thing and give it to Senegal now?
I said so. Senegal, the thing is, Senegal aren't playing well. It's just
they know.
Structure.
Oh, they just know.
It's structure. Everybody knows what their job is. Everybody knows what their role is in the team. And
but even with
but do you think also teams also just getting to Senegal and they're like, geez, it's Senegal and they're folding?
There's got to be a huge intimidation factor. There's got to be an absolutely massive intimidation factor of playing Senegal. But even in saying that with Egypt, as it kind of feels like we know going into it, Egypt is kind of like Mo Salah and 10 other guys.
Yeah.
But it seems like the Egyptian players play their way as well.
No, they do.
I mean, Trezeguet always comes to the party, but even with Salah, I don't think Egypt are doing a final again.
No, they're not, because also if you look at, and I mentioned this on the previous episode, guys, the power dynamics have shifted in African football. Egypt no longer hold the cards. The only North African team that looks organized somewhat is Morocco. And
Morocco are just Moroccoing.
They're sleepwalking.
Because they're doing exactly what they did in the World Cup.
Yeah, but as well, that red card was fortuitous. That shouldn't have been a second yellow. Yeah. It was really unfortunate. And before that, you're just like, bro, you're also doing this against Tanzania. Like, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, but it's kind of like they stick to type. So it kind of goes, you know what, they're going to play, if they play Egypt or Tanzania or Cape Verde, they're going to play exactly the same way.
Yeah.
They're going to do the same thing.
This is our blueprint.
It seems like that's what they're going to do with it, which might just be enough to get them to to the final.
But I don't know. I don't think it works against Senegal.
No. Because at some point you're going to have to try score goals.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're not lucking your way, you know, like in the World Cup in penalties and things like that.
Yeah, because, it's...
You know what's the thing with Egypt is that it's all fine and well conceding 2 goals against Ghana. That can happen. They're great attackers, good attacking. Kudus.
Mohamed Kudus, bro.
But when you're conceding 2 goals against Mozambique, and you need a last-minute penalty to beat them, that's worrying.
Yeah, there's a cause of concern, and now you look at the way Cape Verde they just play they just playing gung ho because they're not scared.
Can you believe? Like, would you have told me coming into this tournament? And Cape Verde, they did nice. They did well in the last tournament for the size of them. Would you have told me that after 2 games, and they're 2 games that they're a top of a group with Egypt and Ghana?
No.
You know, that
Egypt and Ghana have 11 AFCONs between them.
And Cape Verde are pretty much qualified because they got 6 points. Egypt's on 2.
They're on 2, and even if they... And they're going to qualify top 2 regardless.
Yeah, they qualified top 2. That is wild. I got to talk about Bebe.
From homeless to... Started from the bottom, eh?
Man. Now, some of you listening to this might be too young to remember Bebe playing at Manchester United, right?
2011.
Yeah. It came about where he was, how the story goes, is that Carlos Queiroz comes to Ferguson and says, listen, I found this player. Okay, now remember, Carlos Queiroz had come to Ferguson and had told Ferguson there's a kid called Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Had told Ferguson about this guy called Nani.
Yeah.
Right? He had discovered Figu. He had discovered Rui Costa. Yeah. So he spots.
He did a stint in Bafana. Yeah,
he comes to Ferguson and says, listen, I found this player, Bebe. He's playing in the homeless World Cup. The guy's homeless, right? Yeah. He's playing for a small club. Let's take him on. So United buy him, right?
Yeah. 7 million or so, yeah.
7 million. Spent a lot of money on him. The guy never played. Very raw, but physically big, strong. Bro, he's got it.
He's got the tools to succeed, but
not academy. You have to
mold this guy, yeah.
This is not academy product. And he doesn't work. It doesn't work out at United. It's frustrating because he then goes on to Spain and Turkey, but predominantly Spain, you know, where he's scored over 200 goals in his career.
That's no, bro, you're not useless if you can do that.
You know what? In La Liga, a lot for Rayo Vallecano. I mean, I think he first, I think he was playing with Falcao and then replaced Falcao at Rayo Vallecano. So, you know, scored 112 goals for Rayo Vallecano.
Bro, that's...
You know, not Real Madrid. Sorry, that's appearances. Sorry, I'm lying. 112 appearances.
But that's
still in La Liga.
Yeah.
You know? So the guy scored goals his whole career.
Where's he now?
So he's currently at Zaragoza on loan, which is, I think, second division, Spain. He's played 16 games, scored 4 goals. The guy's had a decent career. United have had more patience with worse players than Bebe.
My dog.
Called Anthony Martial and Anthony.
Gabriel Obertan.
Gabriel Obertan. It was all about the same time. It was Bellion, Obertan, Bebe. Those 3 sound at the same time. But his goal in his last match was, what are we talking about? I mean, how far was that? And he tried it earlier on as well.
Yeah.
Did you see when he tried it earlier?
No, I didn't see when he tried it earlier.
Oh, man. So this is Cape Verde beating Mozambique 3-0.
But you must understand, guys, do not impress me about Cape Verde. This is a country of 500,000 people.
Yeah.
500,000 people. Taking a boxing Ghana with 32 million people. Come on, guys. Like the pure maths of it. And Ghana are a football powerhouse. It's not like they learned how to play football last week.
Yeah.
Football powers. And you can do that. Ghana must be asking themselves, what the hell happened?
But I think it says everything about Ghana because
also the climate, it was favorable for Ghana.
It was. And it's pretty much a home game.
Honestly, because Ghana's next door to Ivory Coast. Yeah,
it's pretty much a home game. But you know what? The one thing about Ghana is you go through the list and you see the names. They got the names, but then you're kind of going, are you that impressive? You know, Semenyo is you're a decent Premier League player. The Ayew brothers, ooh,
you're thereabouts.
You're kind of like the Wayans brothers. It's time to tap out.
Yeah.
You got Kudus.
Is doing the heavy lifting.
And how far is he going to get you?
Exactly.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Ghana get a
What do you think
And early flight
Chris
home.
Hughton is saying to those guys?
Well, what he's saying is, don't let the fans hit me. Did you see what happened to him at the hotel?
No, bro.
He got attacked by a fan.
After the Cape Verde.
Oh man, he's just like, fucking one more game, I'm out of here.
But look, if to be fair, Egypt got lucky against Ghana.
Oh, 100%. So Egypt got lucky against Mozambique.
Yeah,
You know, they call it luck of the pharaohs. So it's like, they're playing to form.
it's the Sphinx.
So
It's the Sphinx.
I think even with or without Salah, so we may not see him in the tournament again.
do you think? How do you think Klopp feels about that?
Oh, loves it. I heard him. Guess what? Klopp was complaining.
Of course. Oh,
He was,
surprise.
he was complaining that Salah got injured. So obviously having a bit of a moan about that. So Senegal in Group C. Cruise control.
What do you make
Definitely
of
the team to beat.
Cameroon might go home.
I love Andre Onana. He's not very happy. He's not happy with what's going on. I mean, he had the whole big song and dance, played for United against Spurs, gets on the plane, flies, gets there, and they say, dude, you're not playing. What do you think? You literally arrived this morning. We're not Ten Hag. We trust our second goalkeeper here.
Yeah.
That shit works at United. Yeah, we got a second goalkeeper.
Honestly,
we're good with
bro,
him.
honestly.
I'm Rigobert's song. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, listen, Cameroon could be, and on one point, even with winning their last game, 1 point might not be enough to be the best. Because now we start taking our calculators.
Yeah. If you play 2 now and you've got the last one, you're just like, cheers, bro.
Yeah.
Works.
Yeah.
What other that famous thing? What other permutations?
We're going to get Duckworth Lewis up here. A group that's kind of sleeping a little bit is Group D.
Group D is boring, bro.
It is very boring. You got Algeria in there. Like, you guys.
Group D is very quiet.
I'm not impressed by Group D.
Actually, do you know what the game of the tournament you asked me earlier? The game of the tournament. It was the Battle of the Guineas.
Yeah, that was a good
Equatorial
game.
Guinea. Oh,
That was a good game.
but even the Mauritanian game.
You were saying that the Portuguese-speaking nations are taking this seriously, and Cape Verde and Angola both top of their group.
Yeah.
So maybe we have something.
Mozambique as well. I mean, Mozambique also didn't they box Egypt first time?
They did. Listen, I mean, like I say, they needed a penalty to. Oh, and Mozambique were dead on their feet. Man, they were just absolutely done. Like, they did not need that board to go up with so many extra time minutes.
Yeah. They were running ragged.
Yeah, Group D, like, I do my best to avoid Group D because it's just like draws and it's just like.
Can I see Group D again? Like
Group D is Angola, the Burkina Faso, Algeria, and Mauritania.
Oh, bro. The Mauritanian player AK47.
Oh, let's talk about that for a second, yeah. Let's talk about this for a second, yeah. I mean, this is, if you say, why do you love the AFCON? As I love this because you know what? This is Africa, and we're going to do what we want to do. If I want to be called AK47,
I'm going to be called AK47.
If I want to, wasn't the Mauritania player who, I think he's been kicked out the tournament. He got kicked out the tournament just before because he claims he was born in 1990, but he also claims his mother died in 1986. Was it a Mauritania player?
I think it was.
So the AK47 is
Mauritania as well.
He played for Fulham.
Did he?
Not as AK47. And then he suddenly gets to Mauritania and he goes, no.
I'm done with my government name.
Team sheet. I'm AK47.
I'm done with my government name, bro. I've earned the right to be AK47.
He obviously wasn't wearing AK47 on his shirt. Was he?
No.
I didn't see that, but my word, I love that. I absolutely love that.
Sharpshooter. He must have been called sharpshooter in his other
Hey,
club.
listen, our best player in the history of this country, our two best players, is a man whose name was Doctor. He wasn't a real doctor.
But his real name, Theophilus.
Theophilus.
But he said, nah, listen, bro, drop the Theophilus. Only my dad calls me that. Only my dad and mom call me that. I'm doctored to you.
I'm doctored to you. AK47. So, like, we won't be seeing too much more of him. Mauritania, zeros across the board.
Nothing
going on with him.
But how much did you expect from him?
No, of course. I mean, it's just like we're not gonna get into what they're doing. Another shock that happened in the first round was Zambia,
bro,
against DR Congo,
bro.
You know, that was a great goal to score, though.
No, it was a great
calamity.
Goal to score. But like now DR Congo. Now you've got Morocco today. So like, what do?
You've got to.
You have to go for it.
Yeah. but they're so good at holding you when you go for it.
Morocco,
they're so good.
Wait for you, bro.
Because the thing is, you kind of go to Morocco, you got to go, we just have to score one goal, but don't let them score one. Because if they score one, you're not getting it back.
Yeah.
They will lock the whole thing down.
Yeah, handbrake up neutral.
And they will just
and then we'll counter,
suffocate the game.
And then one can quickly become 4.
Do you think so with Morocco?
The quality's there.
Yeah. But they don't unlock it, man.
They don't. You just like there's more.
Yeah, you just want to see more because, like, we all got the vibe from them in the World Cup. We're like enjoyed what they did.
Tanzania, I'm sorry, guys. It's not about you, X.
No, Jumbo. Jumbo, we're going home.
No, bro. Like, honestly, I don't know. That's between Zambia and DR.
Yeah.
Morocco should walk that group. I'm calling.
No. Morocco will
9 points.
9 points, 3 goals scored, 0 conceded. Watch, I'll put money on it now.
No, but
9 points, 3 scored, 0 conceded.
No, but they scored 3 and they lost against Tanzania. But that's because Tanzania were down to 10.
Yeah.
And also that refereeing, I don't know. Also in the Mali game, guys, against us, that's a red card.
Which one? The elbow. For the penalty. For the penalty. I know the ref really shut the bed on that one, didn't get it right. I mean, would have made a difference. Let's get into our group because so our group's half and half because both Mali and Tunisia have played a game each, or played 2 games and they drew, which I don't know if it's, I was kind of like, I don't know if I wanted Mali to just run away with the group. So it kind of like makes that second place easier, but it does bring
the third into it
because now Tunisia on 1 point, we beat Namibia, we go up to 3, we go above them, get a good enough result, we're second, the whole thing's looking different. Let's talk about Bafana. Let's spend the rest of the show talking about that, right? So let's go back to the first game. Like I got in the moment. I bought the Bafana shirt. I'm into it.
I also got in the moment. Like, I mean, we're out here now. I mean, we're proper fans. We're always going to get into the moment. And first 15 minutes, you go, oh, okay, cool. Like, we can do this.
You saw a formation. You saw things going on. You saw what they're trying to do.
There's a plan. There's a plan. Like, and also, like, that we're getting joy down that left. And also, we're catching the Mali centre back sleeping.
Because, like you said, Mali were taking a while to acclimatise, and we're on top of it. We get the penalty. We're like, great. You're right. Should have been a red card. But from that moment of, like, every time the camera went up, a different player was standing to take a penalty.
Bro, but also, if you do a homework, guys, I got this.
You've got to.
Go away. But also for him to say, no, okay, someone else do it, speaks to the confidence and the mindset of the dude.
It's and I think it's that mental, because after that penalty, we did, more so than when we started conceding the goals, we didn't know how to respond to missing a penalty.
Yes.
There was like kind of like a mental breakdown.
But also Percy style, like, okay, cool, you get a chance as well. Square it to the next dude.
Yeah.
He's in a better position than you. Square it to the next dude.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if it also wasn't for Williams, like, I don't know what the score would have been. Because Williams is assured at the back. I don't know if the rest of the players are reading off the same pages.
And it's so weird for so many players who know each other to look. They
look cold.
Yeah, that like unsure of each other.
They look cold.
Or
are we playing a 4-4-2?
Well, the team hasn't come out, but from everything I've been reading, they say they're not going to change the team too much. I don't think there is too much to change.
I don't know,
the team.
and I don't know if Evidence Mokopa is the right guy to be next to Tau.
I think that's one of the people I'm gonna drop out. Like
I'd go to 4-5-1. If I'm Hugo Bruce, I'd go to a 4-5-1.
And who do you put up front? You put Lepas up front by himself.
Oh no, put Tau by himself.
You put Tau playing up front.
Nah, actually, he's better on the wing.
Look, maybe against Namibia, because I think one of the things that was very evident, and it's like a lazy trope, but I mean, we just can't compete physically.
Against West Africans.
And you could see they were trying to avoid any kind of physical contact. And every time it happened, the Bafana player was down. Yeah. And not even a dive or anything, he just couldn't stay out.
Yeah.
So you could see they were trying to do it. But maybe you're right. You're now playing against Namibia, which is now a bit more of a fair physical matchup.
And also, I mean, the two best players play in our league. Hotto and Shaolida.
Yeah.
They're playing our league. And I mean, half the team is Sundowns. They should know Peter Shaolida in and out like the back of their hands.
I mean, this is it's a wild derby in that.
Bro, it's a wild derby. But like, for me, I'm not upset with losing. Losing, it's a part of sport.
No.
But did you give it everything? Did you leave it all on the floor?
You know, I think they did, but
Is that our standard? Does that talk to the levels that we're at?
You know, it's one of the things that was so surprising to me is that, like, yeah, like you say, you can lose, you can play badly, you can play well and lose, you can play bad, whatever. But there was parts of the game where you're like, I see you trying to implement a game plan.
I see what you're trying to do, yeah.
But you're not doing it. You know.
Also, this thing of playing out from the back, guys. If it's not feasible, don't do it.
Oh, but dude, what else is your choice? You can't go long because now you're playing a physical game.
Oh yeah, man.
You know, you're not going to compete in the air, and as a foot race, I mean, you're up against it. Percy Tau is not catching anyone.
Okay, cool. I get it. Okay, don't go route one. Cool. 1, 2. Give it to left back. Give it to left wing. We'll go diagonal to Tau because Tau is going to burn that guy all day.
You think so?
All day he's going to burn him. All day. I don't know, but now maybe like, hey, okay.
I mean, they're confident, you know. They don't have to be afraid of us at all.
Not at all, yeah. They like, look, they did get lucky against Tunisia, but like, hey man, you know, at the end of the day, it's about 3 points. In sport, like, it's about getting the job done. How you get it done.
Especially in a tournament.
Yeah, how you get it done. In a tournament, you only have to win 5 games.
You know, yeah.
5 games. You can get lucky for 3 of those.
Yeah.
And after that, you do what Morocco did. We play for extra time.
Tournament winners are very seldom the best teams. They're the teams that handle the occasions well.
Yeah, and they can manage a game, yeah.
And Bafana just could not handle. They didn't handle missing the penalty, and they didn't handle conceding the goals.
It's the penalty miss because it showed the frail mentality. Because also Percy Tau, like, I get that's okay, cool, it's your stage and whatever, but bro, like, that goes out the window, bro.
Yeah.
It's not about Akhleo proving whatever, bro.
Yeah.
You just play, bro.
Yeah.
Just play. Like, you with your bros from home, like, just play. Because for me now, it felt like he was trying too much and it became about him and like...
The way the group's fallen and the way the matches have fallen is perfect because you're always going to go, we're not going to beat Mali. We're never going to beat Mali.
Yeah.
Right? Then you're going, okay, Namibia, and then an undercooked Tunisia, right?
Oh,
so you're going, you know, if you're finishing strong and you're picking up 4 to 6 points out of your loss, you know, then you're in a good place. Then you say, then anything happens. Now,
because like now as well, tournaments also you don't want to be like. It's also about peaking at the right time because like now you get cooked. Like second game, okay, cool. Second half, you start playing well. Third game, and then you breeze. And then quarterfinal, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's it.
Quarterfinal, because knockout football is knockout football.
Yeah,
you can come in. You've won 3 out of 3, and then you just happen to have a bad first half,
and then you're a VAR decision, ball hitting hand. It's just like then anything can go.
What do you think? What have you thought of VAR in this tournament?
I think that has been used well.
Yeah, you know, hasn't been.
There's I can't say there's anything that's been like not more than we see anyway. I mean, it's you know, like everyone says, VAR's not the problem. The rules inherently are the problem.
Yeah, it's
you know,
the implementation.
So,
of it,
but I don't remember any decision. No decision stood out for me that went. I mean, even you know, we say the Mali elbow. Even there,
it's contentious because also the ref is not really looking at that. He's looking where the ball is.
And how do you measure intent? Like
you can't really say something's premeditated.
Was I looking at you? Like you can't, you know, you can't really say that. So that's kind of. But I think VAR's been well. I think the referees have been decent.
Also, we might have South African bias.
Oh, of course we do.
We might have South African bias because, like, for us, I mean...
What we haven't had this AFCON is like in the last one, the referee ended the game a minute before 90 minutes. We haven't had that.
Well, but, like, how do you do that? Because, like, referees were 2 stopwatches.
He said there was a fault that time. Yeah, remember that? There was a Zambian referee, I think, did that.
Oh, wow. Always the Southern African oaks, yeah.
In the last AFCON. So... what are we doing? Are we drink? Do you think Windhoek Draught or Castle Light Draught is on?
Castle Light.
Let's do Castle. Let's do Castle Draught, man. You can't. Windhoek's full bodied.
Yeah,
Windhoek is a full body. You can't go have Castle Light beer flavored water.
Yeah, that's true though. But like, I don't know, man. For me, 2-0's a good result for us.
Yeah.
2-0 shakes it up.
Well, 2-0, you're right, shakes everything up because it puts us well into second, comfortably into second, pushes Tunisia to the bottom of the group. Then we're playing Tunisia in the last game, and they're done. They got 1 point. I don't know, because then they beat us. They still, I don't know, man.
They got four.
You know, we're talking about, we're having this conversation before the show about tournament football. We said, you know, you talk about like Greece won Euro 2004 without being the best team.
Oh, they came there with a plan. They said, listen, we don't break structure for anybody.
For nobody, yeah.
Because the thing is, we're not going to play expensive football. You end up playing expensive football against Portugal, you catch.
Yeah.
You play expensive football against France, you catch.
Yeah.
So, but that's the thing. We try to play expensive football against teams who are technically better than us.
Yeah.
And who, bulk of their players are playing in top leagues.
You know, we don't exactly have guys playing for Tottenham and, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, player of the month in the French league.
I think we also had one plan.
Yeah.
Nullify Basuma, and then after that.
But that's
and then the
what I'm
Mali
saying.
coach was smart to it, and he said, Basuma, come off, let's change stuff.
But you know what? He stood at, and he was doing the same in the match yesterday. He's a good coach.
Yeah,
he's like studying the game, doesn't get too emotional, like just he's very he's a serial killer.
Yeah,
that's an assassin.
Yeah, he's clinical.
Yeah, he's so clinical, like just no emotion, just like this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to adapt.
And he said, Bafana centre back, he's a bit shaky, run at that guy.
Yeah, this is how we're going to adapt that. So you're going, okay, we're doing Castle Draught. We're going to do that. That's going to be good. But we're in our fields, right? We're in our fields.
Bro, also Total Sports didn't help. It didn't help the nation. Because now morale is down. Maybe Drickers can bring that South African.
Bring the Drickers energy. You know, we started in South Africa. We started. If you're listening to us, you know, on a Sunday, we record on Sunday. Drickers van der Merwe wins EFC middleweight champion.
Yeah.
You know, start the day as a champion. Maybe we end the day well, taking control of our own destiny in AFCON. But you know what? The same energy, guys. The same energy you had for Drickers this morning. Stay for Bafana tonight. 10 o'clock.
Because like. Look, as much as it is, guys, these guys need your support. And
that's it. You know, the whole big thing about the Springboks, they spoke about it the whole time. They said
energy from back home.
They said we felt the energy back home. We felt it from back home. No one's giving Bafana love, guys. Fucking just do it, guys.
Dog.
Just do it. It's like a national team.
It's like a kid with special needs. You'll stand by him.
You got to.
It's a factor. I'm quoting Ari Gold there.
Yeah. Okay, well, if it's an Ari Gold quote, then it can't be attributed to us. So you back them, send them the vibes back home, and don't turn off at halftime if the results are not going your way. Don't be that guy, man.
No, because the thing is, like for me, do not upset me. We went to in 2010. We went to the Uruguay game, right? Yeah. And after Diego Forlan and the Vuvuzela silencer scored, there were people going up and they were leaving. I was like, guys, come on, this is unacceptable. Stay and finish the game.
You get the national team you deserve. You get the football team you deserve.
Yeah.
Right? If you put the vibes behind the team,
yeah, bro,
you're gonna get it back, man.
Yeah,
you're gonna get it back.
And if you're flat, how do you expect Oaks to perform? They're like, well, these Oaks don't care about us. Like, oh, what am I doing here?
I'll tell you the one thing, right? So. This Bafana shirt I've got. I can tell you, people love seeing a white guy in a Bafana shirt. I'll tell you, it's true, dude.
No.
People love it. Like
it's a fact, yeah.
But people are like, oh wow, it's okay to support my national team. It's cool. Like, you know, like let's do it, man.
You are South African.
We are, exactly.
Especially yokes of European descent. Yokes of Portuguese first, and then it's the wildest thing.
It is.
Portuguese first, and then you're.
Oh, we were all fucking super South African when the Springboks were winning. That's for damn sure. We're all like pulling out our South African ID books then. But the one guy we do want to shit on, because I think what would have changed this whole tournament in our favor, given us confidence, is having Lyle Foster.
Vincent Kompany.
Because we talk about like Greece, they had Karisteas. They knew they always had an outball, right?
Yes.
And it's very different to Lyle Foster, but they knew. That's our outball. If it drops,
he's a number 9 at Ajax.
He's going to get it, right? Yeah. He's going to score something. Vincent Kompany has taken that away from us because, of course, when the story breaks about Lyle Foster, it's all wrapped up in mental health and mental illness, and everyone has sympathy, and it's no one's business how he's coping with it, right? But then it comes to the AFCON and now
selection.
So he's put in the shortlist, and it's kind of like from Bernie, no, the guy can't come. Obviously, they're putting a lot of pressure on Lyle Foster. Go, dude, this is your big shot in the Premier League versus going to play AFCON. But it's not that he's not playing for Burnley. He's playing for Burnley.
Bro.
You know, I understand it must be difficult to go to a tournament. I get it. Out of your comfort zone, you know. I understand, especially, right? But if you know the environment, send people with him. send help with him.
Yeah, bruh.
You know, like with Salah, completely different. At some point, Liverpool are going to send someone to go look at Salah.
Yeah, no.
All right, that's your asset.
I'm sure there's someone on the plane there by Friday. He was there.
So someone's there. So the same with Lau Foster. Say, okay, this is the guy being your treatment. He wants to play for his country. How do we facilitate that? Let's help him.
So that everybody's happy.
Hugo Bruce is not a stupid guy. He will work with you. Right?
And also the thing is, Hugo Bruce and company, same country.
Belgium, Belgian dudes.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not even like you're getting lost in translation. You're both Flemish, guys. Just, you know, English, Dutch, Flemish, whatever. Speak whatever.
We're the same guys. They're probably from the same hood in Brussels as well.
So, I don't know. I mean, do we shit on company of going, dude?
Yes.
You know, because he's been all Kofi Annan about it. He goes, oh, well, you know, I'm of African descent and I understand how important it is. But this, I was like, dude.
No.
Paulo, you let the player make the choice.
Paulo, the thing is, you can't tell me that you can't tell, okay, you're the South African coach. I'm Vincent Kompany. I'll tell you, no, bro, please don't select this guy because this guy's got issues. There's something going on with him. And then I turn around and I use him. That's not fair, bro.
But exactly that's not fair. Exactly that's not
BS.
fair. Because then he's out or he's out.
He's out. Or if he can play, then we need this guy.
Yeah, he doesn't have challenges. I mean, because Burnley need him as much as we need him.
Oh, of course they do.
You know? So companies just going, dare I say, Vincent Kompany's job, he's put his job over the health of Lyle Foster.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Dare I say it?
No, I mean, with what's going on. And also for Lyle Foster, I mean, I've seen him since he's been back. Bro, he's not producing rubbish. He's playing
very well.
He's actually playing very, very well. So, I don't know, bro. But like, I think Vincent Kompany threw us a stiff one, bro.
Yeah, I think there's something called country duty.
Yeah.
And I think he was put under a lot of pressure to not come. And
you're getting paid, you're getting paid by these guys. This is only going to be a month, and then versus we have for you for 10 months.
And you know, do you want to be a Premier League player? Because if you're not here, you might not have a Premier League club.
Or when you're coming,
next year,
or when you come back.
Next year in the Championship. So I don't know. We don't know the situation. We're only speculating. But it's very suspicious.
So speaking of that whole club versus country thing, David Beckham said, like, I was watching something where he's talking to Gary Neville, his old buddy, and he says, for me, playing for your country is the biggest honor, right? One, I'll play for my country as long as they call me. It's one of those things that he says you don't really retire from playing for your country. He says, once you've been capped, you play until you go back until they stop calling you. It's not
and Beckham did that.
Yeah, no, he didn't retire from international football.
Yeah.
He just retired from football, and he said, "Look, okay, cool." But what is your whole stance on that? Do you think country takes preference over club, or?
I think your country must always take preference. I think it must always. You know, especially for, I think, you know, when you're talking to your top 10 international countries, right? If you're playing for England, Germany, Spain, Portugal, you're playing for elite clubs.
Yeah,
you're going to be playing for big clubs.
Straight away.
Right? I think when you're that next tier, and South Africa, Austria, Turkey, Ecuador, I think like the honor of playing, because then like more likely you're not playing for the big clubs. Right?
Yeah.
So your country is going to give you a chance to play at the highest level.
But also you speak of those top tier countries. Most of them they don't pay you for playing for their national team because they're saying you're making bucket loads there.
Yeah.
And also,
which is right. I think that's 100% fair.
But like us, we pay our oaks to play. So there's that dynamic.
That's the next thing going to pop up in the AFCON as we head into the final match. All the teams are going to start fighting over bonuses.
Yeah,
suitcases of cashes.
And also now there's more money to go around.
Yeah.
There's more money to go around. So like now, you get to a semi-final, you go, whew.
We're going to start seeing it.
Do you pull an Onana early? You look at the bag, you go, hey, bro.
Yeah, put a Google alerts on cash bonus AFCON. It's going to start popping up over the next couple of weeks. Let's go.
Like, if you're Salah, you don't really need that bag.
No, and nor should you take it. I mean, we hear often of really big stars playing for their countries. They donate their match fees.
Yeah, I mean, like Samuel Eto'o and Drogba and them, they used to fly out their own. They used to fly out the bras, so they
exactly.
They're like, I'm earning whatever.
Yeah, but that's where your country over your club. I mean, that's it. Like, I love it when I hear stories like that. All is the story of George Weah, who basically funded the Liberian team.
Even the kit,
everything. He paid for their flights, accommodation. He did it.
Yeah,
you know,
because he could, and he's like, bro. At the end of the day, I mean,
he was World Player of the Year at that stage.
Exactly, and I experienced it, and it was the AFCON here.
Yeah,
he goes, dude, I experienced this every week is like this for me. These guys are probably never going to play another tournament again.
Yeah.
Also, they want to go meet Nelson Mandela. So, like,
a friend of mine played against the Liberian team. They trained against them.
Jeez, he played against the Ballon d'Or winner.
A training match. They played a training match. And a friend was a good player.
But he must have got smoked by George. He must have got smoked by George.
He says George Weah is gone before you even know the ball's passed to him. He said he's a centre back, really good player. And they played a training match. He was like 19 at the time.
Yeah.
So now we're playing against the Liberian team. He said, George Weah, he had scored a goal before you even realized the ball was being passed to him.
I'm smoking Maldini in training.
Exactly.
I'm
not worried about some Italian kid at Zulek. I'm smoking you. Let's quickly go through the groups and kind of as we sit on 2 games each, who we think is going to go through from the top 2. Let's not get into the top 3 because this Duckworth-Lewis system.
No, Duckworth-Lewis, bro. I go traditional. I go traditional because like top two because it's easier that way. Because top 3 now you have to work out permutations and what must happen. And
Equatorial Guinea, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, Guinea-Bissau. Which of those are going through top 2?
Nigeria, Ivory Coast.
So you think that overjump Equatorial Guinea?
Do you know why? Because what was important there was the Nigeria Ivory Coast fixture being scheduled when it was. Because if it was Nigeria, Ivory Coast having to kill each other, one of the Guineas were going through.
All right. Group B, okay, Cape Verde are through. No one catches them. But who joins them, Egypt or Ghana?
Egypt.
Or Mozambique also on a point. So you got to...
Ghana, Egypt are dog water.
You think Egypt are done, especially without Salah?
They're dog water,
especially without Salah. Again, Senegal are probably through. You got Guinea,
they are through.
Cameroon, and Gambia.
Who do Cameroon have to play?
The final match in that group is...
If they're playing Guinea...
I'll give it to you in a second. The final match in that group is... Why can't I find it now? This is Gambia.
Gambia?
Yeah.
It's Guinea and Senegal.
Guinea and Senegal.
Because Senegal, I don't think... Senegal are going to take their foot off the gas a bit.
In the group D that no one cares about, Angola, Burkina Faso,
Algeria and Angola.
Yeah, I think that's going to turn in that favor. We'll go to the last group again. We'll go Morocco, Congo, Zambia, Tanzania. Morocco probably through very easily.
Morocco, Zambia. Big shout.
And then in our group.
Us and Mali, bro. I'm only going us because I'm South African. But Mali are going to steamroll. They're going to steamroll Namibia.
I don't know. I think in our group, get your calculators out because we're going through by
Duckworth. And you know what's going to happen in our group?
Didn't we screw up qualification once because we miscalculated
bro, you know South Africans and Duckworth is. This started in cricket, and then we celebrated not qualifying.
Yes, it was the last one of the AFCONs, and we like miscalculated by a goal or some shit. I don't know.
No, but like with us, I think. Do you know what's going to happen? We smoked Namibia, it's a 2-1, right? We smoked Namibia, it's a 2-1. And then against Tunisia, it's going to be one of those weird games where the league changes and then stuff is happening in the other games. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. And then you go so it'll be that game where you go from 2nd to 4th, and then you go 3rd, and then you go 4th, and then you eventually go 2nd. Yeah. It's going to be wild like that.
It'll be a wild ride. South African sport never lets you down. And following on from the Springboks and following on from Drickus, we'll go through by 1 point in the end.
Back your boys, bro.
It seems to be that way.
Back your boys.